Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. I do have another list of news articles to go through, so let's go and hop right into them. After over 6 years, Nintendo is winding down its Club Nintendo loyalty program. Members have until the end of March to earn coins, which can be spent through June. Through purchase of games and hardware and completion of surveys, users could earn coins to spend on games and physical memorabilia. A new loyalty program will be announced later. More physical and digital items will be added in February. Club Nintendo members will also be granted a free copy of Flipnote Studio 3D in February. New accounts will be accepted until March 31st. Club Nintendo has been around for 6 years, as the article said, and I've been a part of it for maybe 1 year-ish. I know I've been registering some games on there. When this news first broke, it's like, okay, what's going to happen for everyone who had that stuff for the Smash Brothers? And a lot of people commented saying, yeah, it's still going to happen. Yeah, it's still going to happen. Don't worry about it. It's like, really? Because it says here, more or less when Club Nintendo ends is when some of that stuff was supposed to be handed out. So yeah, there is reason to worry. But apparently Nintendo is going to announce a new loyalty program later on. So you might hear about that maybe June or March. During the Windows 10 event, Microsoft announced that many existing users of Windows are able to upgrade to the new version of the operating system for no additional fee. The upgrade to Windows 10 is made available to existing users of Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1, as well as those who own a Windows 8 phone. The free upgrade offer is being made available for the first year following the launch of Windows 10. So according to this, a lot of existing Windows customers can upgrade to Windows 10 for free. Mostly the ones who have Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and a Windows 8 phone. This is great news for people who want to upgrade to the new Windows program and aren't able to fork out the who knows how many hundreds of dollars to buy the physical version of Windows 10. But then again, something like this should have happened, every time that they did an upgrade for the Windows. But the question is, what kind of requirements do you need to have to upgrade to Windows 10? The Elder Scrolls Online will be undergoing a few changes, including a slight tweak to the name. The game will shift from a subscription title to a single retail purchase with no mandatory fees beginning on March 17th. The Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited will become available to all players in just 2 months. The new iteration includes all the same content with optimal downloadable content, customization, and convenience items held by additional purchase. When the changeover happens, anyone who ever had an account can jump back in. Those currently paying a subscription fee will be enrolled in a new program called ESO Plus. This includes new in-game items, a monthly stripping of crowns used for cosmetic and convenience purchases, and all the DLC. Console players on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 will be able to venture to Tamriel on June 9th. These versions will launch with everything available on the PC and Mac, including the Justice and Champion systems that were added post-launch. To me, there are two major pieces of news in this article. One, that people who have been curious about Elder Scrolls Online have been saying since it launched, and that is the online subscription fee has officially been dropped, and will be dropped for the console versions. The second part is they finally have an actual date for the console versions for the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and it'll be June 9th. And for the console versions, it'll be this Tamriel Unlimited edition that they're re-releasing for the PC as well. And it's going to include all the additional content that was released and the Justice and Champion systems that were added post-launch. To me, this is great news for Elder Scrolls fans. To me, the only thing that would have made this a lot better is if they actually announced the next numbered Elder Scrolls game is coming out. But I'm guessing with this set of announcements for the Elder Scrolls Online, a lot of people are probably going to be heading out to get reserves, and actually a lot of people still had the special editions on reserve for the console editions, and they're probably going to be happy they did. Mutant Football League had a rough go on Kickstarter, raising only $141,821 of its $750,000 goal in 2013. We may be back, my friends. Not sure how, when, but we're coming, said creator Michael Medhelm at the time. Now we have our first look at the game in action. Mutant Football League is a reimagining of the Genesis title. Mutant Football League, led by the person who created that 16-bit classic. The pre-alpha footage was published on YouTube on January 3rd. It's still extremely early, but does show some of the monsters in action, along with play calling and NFL Blitz-style post-play aggressiveness. The title was originally planned for release in September 2014 on iOS and July 2015 for Xbox Live. Digital Dreams says that it hopes to release the title at the end of 2015. So even though they didn't hit their Kickstarter goal, apparently the new age Mutant Football League game is still going to be coming out. I'm going to be curious about this game. I am. I did play the Mutant Football League on the Sega Genesis. I did enjoy it. I also played the Mutant Hockey League, and it was a funny game too. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how this game actually looks, because we kind of had a bit of a Mutant Football League type game before. It was called like a Blood Bowl, I think. It came out on Xbox 360, and I think they had a Blood Bowl like 2 or Season 2 that also came out as well. But those two were kind of like more like nods to the Mutant Football League game. This news is unlikely to shock you. Borderlands the pre-sequel is coming to current generation consoles. What may be a surprise though is that it's not alone. Gearbox is also updating Borderlands 2 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, bringing the pair of titles together to create the Handsome Collection. For those of you who have been playing Borderlands 2 on the last generation systems, you won't have to leave your progress behind either. If you've been playing Borderlands 2 on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, or Vita, you can move your character progress and badass rank to the current gen system in the same family. The same goes for the prequel, though not on Vita because it isn't on that system. The Handsome Collection also sports 4-player split screen for the first time. Both games will run at 1080p and up to 60 frames per second. In 4-player split screen mode, target frame rate is 30 frames per second. Both titles come with all announced DLC. For the pre-sequel, this includes the remaining 2 pieces of the Season Pass that have yet to be detailed. We now know they are a campaign add-on and another character. In addition to the Standard Edition, which retails for $59.99, die-hard fans may be interested in the Collector's Edition. The Claptrap in a Box edition comes with a steelbook case, 12 lithographs, one for each Vault Hunter, and a remote control Claptrap. The Claptrap model is fully operational and rolls on a single wheel. It has a camera in its eye and connects to an iPhone Claptrap app, so you can control and see what it sees. These are limited to 5,000 units, so if you want one, you're going to need to move quickly. Borderlands the Handsome Collection is due on March 24th. This announcement had kind of a share of good news and bad news. Good news, you're going to be able to play some Borderlands on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The bad news, you won't be able to play the original Borderlands game for some dumbass reason. I can see why they're trying to include only the games involving Handsome Jack for his weird storyline, but I mean, for God's sake, you're putting the Borderlands games onto the new generation consoles. It doesn't mean you couldn't try to bring over the first one as well, the very first game that got the series started. But no, we want to focus on Handsome Jack's story. Does anybody really care about Handsome Jack's story? No. A lot of people who play the Borderlands game just wants to play the game and more or less concerned about the story of the characters they play, not of some effed up character boss person. Now, this collector's edition that was listed in this article, this Claptrap in a Box edition, one thing that wasn't listed on here for it is the price. You're looking about $400. Do you want to spend $400 on a special edition that comes with a remote control Claptrap? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, if you're really a hardcore fan of Borderlands, it might be worth $400. By the time I release this for anybody to listen to or to watch, the Claptrap in a Box edition will probably be shut off by then because, as it says here, there's only going to be 5,000 of these special editions made. So, well, if you're lucky, you might be able to find one on maybe eBay, or maybe there'll be a few out there when this game releases. But yeah, this is something I am looking forward to. Borderlands on the new generation systems. Yes, I'm still referring to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as new generation systems, not current generation, because to me, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 are still current. Well, that's it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today, or tonight, or whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. Later on, I will have the separate clips up if you want to check those out. Down below, I will have the Facebook link if you want to go check that out too. So, until next time, bye!